welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal. Today we are going to apply adhesive vinyl to a sign. So we're going to make our very own spring sign for this spring. It's going to be super cute. This will be perfect for whether it's your home or setting up in your classroom, your office. So what I've done here is I've already cut out this design. So I've cut out spring is in the air. I've done that in this really pretty green, as you guys can see here. And then in this darker gray, it's like a light gray, medium gray, if you will. I cut out these wildflowers. So this is an entire design. It's 1+ credit. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. Super duper easy to use. And what I actually did was I brought these onto the exact same canvas, just put this color on top, this on the bottom of the mat, and cut them both out with my Cricut Maker 3 at the same time. So I've got those. I've got some transfer tape. The transfer tape that I'm using today is this one from Caesar. So we're gonna play around with that one. And then I've got a couple weeding tools. So I've got a couple of my favorite weeding tools we're gonna use to weed this out, and then we're gonna apply it to our canvas. Now for this wooden sign here, I'm using a wooden canvas. You can grab these locally at your local craft store, or grab them online. So you could even DIY and make these yourself by going to Lowe's or Home Depot and getting like that super thin, almost like paneling, if you will, and then this really small trim, cut it down, and you guys could definitely make these yourself. So that's how people do those. But these are super duper cheap, and they are just wooden canvases that you actually paint on. I do believe you can even grab these locally from places like Walmart as well. All right, so I've got our canvas. The one thing I want to do is make sure that this little guy is in the correct direction. So I've done that here. So let's go ahead and weed everything out. We're going to start out with our little spring is in the air. So I'm going to get a corner. And the ones I'm using today is StarCraft Permanent. I actually love to use adhesive vinyl in the matte colors for signs because it actually looks like paint. So if you guys are wanting to recreate and have it look realistic like paint, highly recommend using matte over gloss. So this one is gloss. You guys are going to be able to see that. And that's what I did today is I want to show you why I like to use the matte over the gloss, especially with these signs, because you're going to see that difference. You could definitely create a stencil and you could paint this on. I would definitely use some chalk paint because that stuff dries super fast, so easy to work with. But you could definitely make yourself a stencil as well. So as you guys can see with the StarCraft, this stuff is super duper easy to weed. I love it. It's one of my favorites to work with. And we're going to go and get this last piece here. So what I'm going to do is I can come back in here with this weeding tool and snag all of these guys. What's cool about the pin weeding tool is it actually has a needle in it. I like it actually more for like these small pieces. So like right inside of here, it's perfect. And then bigger pieces, I usually like to grab my weeding tool like this to grab those out. So a couple of them that I just like to keep on hand, and I just kind of pop them on my finger like so. Just like that. All right, so we've got one more teensy tiny piece. I may need my little tiny, I may not even really have something. I may have caused a hole that doesn't even need to be there. Let me try to look at it really quickly. All right, I think that's okay. I think I could adjust this just a little bit here. All right, just like that. So we've got our spring is in the air. I love this green. It's gorgeous. And then now let's go ahead and weed out this gray here. So this is one of my favorite grays as well. Now I do believe, so this one is actually Avery. So Avery is another one of my favorites. I definitely put it up there with StarCraft. They are just as amazing. So if you guys have not tried out Avery adhesive vinyl, it's a must. All right, so let me slow down just a little bit and get this guy to pop back down. We have a guy that's trying to follow us out, so we're going to pop him back down. All right, so now that we've got that weeded out, I'm going to weed all of these little pieces right here. So I'm going to quickly just zoom through here. I'm going to put you guys in fast forward mode so I can go ahead and take all these pieces out. All right, so now we have our beautiful wildflowers weeded out. So this is gonna go down here nice and perfect, and then this one right about here. So what I'm actually going to do is I think, I'm trying to think here, I almost wanna pick them up at the same time and have them go down at the same time. Or I can really eyeball and know that this is gonna come down about 1/4 of an inch and then this thereafter. So I think I should be able to do it separate. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. All right, so here we go. So I should be able to use, I was trying to think, I'll get this piece down first because then I can reuse that same piece up here. So I'm not over wasting. So what I like to do is just kind of get this right up here. And then we will just trim this guy down like so. And we will trim. All right. You definitely want to make sure that you're going to fit in here nicely with your transfer tape as well, because you don't want that kind of going over the side. So let's go ahead and clean our area a little bit and bring this in the middle so you guys can see here. Well, actually I got to pick this guy up first. All right, so let me go ahead and get us a corner. All right, get us started here, and we are going to be ready. So I'm going to go ahead and go down like a taco on here. Just like so. And then now I'm going to go ahead and grab a squeegee. All right, so I've got my squeegee here, and I'm just going to go ahead and rub this in. So you just want to go ahead and rub. I'm not over pushing too hard. I'm just pushing enough to get this to pick up on our transfer. So I'll go ahead and work from one side to the next. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. You can use whatever transfer tape you want. Like I said, you can definitely get transfer tape from the Dollar Tree as well. You can use contact paper. Lots of different transfer tapes, like I said, but the Caesar one is great. And so just in case you guys have not seen it in action, I thought I would show it with you today. This is gorgeous. I love this design. It's so pretty. So let's go ahead and get ready to lay this one down. So the best way to peel this is flip it upside down and peel. So the transfer tape definitely picked that up super nice. And remember, this is Avery. It is gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up somewhere right about here. So I'm trying to make sure I'm nice and even. Something about like that looks good. So I'm going down like a taco in the center, releasing my sides, and I'll push from center outward and then just kind of work this down. So I'm just going to go ahead and rub everything in once again from one side to the next. I love this design. It is so pretty. And this is a sign that you're going to be able to pull out. It's going to last you several months to hang out in the house or, like I said, at the office. And then you guys can definitely store it away with your spring stuff. So I'm going to grab a corner here and peel just like so. And now let's pick up the spring is in the air. Even if you just did this and took away the spring is in the air, this is gorgeous. This would be such a pretty sign like this. I'm like, I really almost want to leave it like this, but I want to finish it for you guys. But if it was me, I definitely would do this as well. So definitely two different options with one design. So see, the spring is in the air. I could pop this on a small sign. I could pop this on a t-shirt, a tote bag, whatever I wanted to, and just have this one as a single design. And I could also have this one as a single design. So lots of different options with this SVG. So let's go ahead and drop down once again like a taco. I'm using that exact same transfer tape. And I'm actually going to trim away a little bit because I don't want to get it on top of the other one. Which actually, honestly, I'll leave it because it's not going to hurt anything. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to trim it. Well, actually, yes, I'm going to trim it because I don't want to get it too far up here messing with me. So I'm going to trim around it. So we're just going to zip around it in just a sec. So we're just picking this up like so. All right. And then now we are going to go ahead and just trim all the way around. All right. All right, so now that we have this ready to go, same thing, flip it over, get that corner and peel. So this one is the matte. So this was Avery in gloss. This is Starcraft in matte. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and line this guy up, keeping it nice and centered. Kind of looking at my camera to make sure I've got this straight here for you guys. Looks great. I went down like a taco, rubbed from one side to the next. Just like so. So we're going to just smooth these little pieces in here. Right. And this sign is gorgeous. Love the colors. Super duper easy sign to make this spring. A great sign to gift to somebody. Once again, to make for the office, classroom. super, super pretty, especially if you guys own like a nursery, a plant shop. This would be super cute in there. This color combo is gorgeous. So hopefully you guys can see. I was gonna let this glare off. You see how it's glaring off of the gloss, but it's not doing that on the matte. Does that make sense? So this really just looks hand painted. I still think both of them look gorgeous on here. This design is just absolutely pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.